Mujerones, welcome back to the Mujeron podcast. Today I am going to be talking to you guys all about something that I absolutely love doing, and that is community building. As you guys know, our Mujeron Movement community has been around for about 2.5 years, and we have been so lucky to have traveled to a couple of states, had events, have just such an incredible community. And I wanted to share with you guys these last 2.5 years what I have learned about community building. What's important if you're building a business, a brand, or maybe you're building a community as well. It's super important to build a very foundation of this community, these people that are going to be always supporting you, people that I know I can give a call and just reach out, and I know that they'll be there for me. So if you want to learn what I learned in these last 2.5 years of how to build a very strong and impactful community, please stay with us. So today we're going to be talking about 3 core pillars, and that's purpose, trust, and connection. So I'm going to be sharing these 3 key core pillars that I think truly helped us get to where we are today. These are 3 core pillars that I just go by, and I know that in these 2.5 years, they have been the key for us to not only have a community, but also have our merch, also have our events, also have a podcast. We are super lucky to have all of you guys, and I wanted to share the things that I truly believe are important when building an impactful community. Now, if you're building a business or a brand, it's super important to also have a community, a sense of sisterhood, friendship, whatever it is, if it's men or women, of course, to have that with your customers, your followers, whatever it is that you're building, because that's truly gonna set you apart from other brands. So today I'm gonna be sharing those 3 core pillars. Let's start and just go ahead with purpose. I want you guys to truly, when you're thinking about your purpose, right? And this is when you're building your brand, your community, whatever it is, I want you guys to ask yourself, why do you want to start a community? Whether it is for your brand, like why do you think that community is going to be important and how it's going to really help your customer? So I want you guys to ask yourself, what problem am I solving for my community? Who am I serving? And how do I want people to feel? All of these questions are going to be very important to really solidify that purpose. Why is it that you're wanting to start this community, this platform, this brand? Who are you serving? What problem are you going to solve for these people? And how do you want them to feel? I always envisioned when creating the Mujeron Movement events, how do I want the women to feel? If you've never been to one of our in-person events, at the end, I would always gift a flower with a little note, a little message. Some of the girls started calling it like a fortune cookie type of message. And I felt like I just truly wanted them to feel like they could do whatever it is that they wanted to accomplish after that event. Whether it was us talking about our financials, whether it was us talking about our habits, whether it was us going on a hike and wanting to, maybe some women wanted to now be healthier, live a better lifestyle. It was that message that I felt was going to close and truly let them know that they were able to accomplish whatever it was that they went that day to learn, right? So I want you guys to really think, how do you want these people to feel when they wear your shirt, when they buy your product, when they attend your events, whatever it is, how do you want them to feel? To build trust, one of the biggest things that I know we all know, but I want to just make sure we say it out loud, is trust is earned. For me, truly, I believe that you can come to one event and you'll enjoy it, but I want to make sure that in that event, we build that trust. That trust is earned so that you can come back You can rock a Mujeron shirt and you can truly feel like you're a part of this community. So in order to build a trust, you have to be very patient. And I think this is one of the things that I learned the most in the Mujeron Movement events, was building trust through the events. Making sure that you felt included, that you didn't feel left out, that you felt like you were able to make connections that way. That's why making those little interactions and allowing people to really also chime in and not just sit down and it be kind of like a lecture was really important for me, because I felt like that's the true way that, one, you were gonna get things out of it, but also that you were gonna build that trust with the group, right? So being patient is super important. It's not gonna happen the first time they visit your website. It's not gonna happen the first time they go to your event. It might not even happen the first time they actually buy a product. You truly have to build that trust through the entire experience that they have with your brand, your community, your business. I really want to emphasize on this one. Listen to your community. Take time to listen to their needs, what type of support they need. I think that was a huge one for me, and really listening to see what type of events did our community need, right? A lot of times I think that we have a vision, and although those are things that are truly resonating with us, it doesn't truly mean that it's going to resonate with your entire community. So really putting out different type of events allowed us to see what type of events were the ones that women were looking for, right? Some of them weren't wanting things that were too informative, too educational, right? And some of them wanted something more that was more motivating and that type of stuff. So really making sure that we know what type of events they're trying to look, what type of products, what type of content. There's so many different things that we're putting out as a brand that we need to make sure that throughout the entire experience, again, we're making sure that we're hitting the type of content and the type of things that they need. So listening to your community, your customers, whatever it is that you're building is super important. And a very important one about building trust is giving more than you receive. Add value through your content and your product. I think for me, one of the biggest things was having those collaboration, allowing the people to actually take over our platform was truly something that I felt was also building trust. There's so many different ways that you can do it without, having to empty your pockets. So making sure that you find different ways that you guys can both benefit from that exchange is going to be super beneficial for both parties, and it's going to be a long-lasting relationship. And the last pillar is create real connections. Creating real connections can obviously be something that is going to take a lot of time. It's not something that you can have one event and people are going to show up and then that's, going to be a forever person that's going to come back to either buy your product or whatever it is. But some of the things that I have learned in order to create these connections has again been collaborating with our members, collaborating with women that I know can bring value to the other women has been also super impactful for us. So really seeing how is it that you can collaborate and allow people to be on your platform so they can too take advantage of who's your audience, right? And vice versa for yourself. So that for me has truly been a game changer. Collaboration has not only allowed us to grow our platform, it has allowed us to bring in different content, because it might be content that I didn't think about creating, right? But this person that now I'm collaborating with is bringing a new perspective, a new idea that maybe other people in my audience can also relate to. And at the end, it also builds that trust and that real connection with that person that you're doing the collaboration with, right? I can create an entire different conversation about collaborating effectively, because that's a whole nother conversation. There's so much to having a collaboration that's healthy and that's gonna be long lasting. So if you guys want to know more about that, I definitely can talk more about what's worked for me when it comes to collaboration, because I have truly collaborated with so many different women. And again, it has been such a blessing. So if you guys want more about collaboration, let me know in the comments. Grow with your community. I think this one has been truly inspirational and life-changing for myself. Being open and just vulnerable with my entire community about my growth has truly been a game changer for us as a community. And I think that when you show who's behind the brand and you show how your own brand has impacted your life, it can truly allow them to see deeper than just the posts, right? And they learn your story, and it truly has been one of the things that has helped us a lot. So making sure you're a little bit open. If you don't want to be too much, obviously we all have our boundaries, so making sure that you want to identify those boundaries, but making sure that we're also being open to a point where people can see what your brand, product, or community can do for them, as it has done for you, can really allow them to see how this can be something that is going to also impact their lives. And probably the most important one of everything we've talked about today is serve, serve, serve. You or your product are not the community, your members are. So never forget that. The important people here are the people that you're touching, the people that are being inspired by what you're doing. And that is just going to reciprocate for yourself. I think that when we really focus on how what you're putting out there is for the inspiration and just helping others, I know that whatever you're creating, whatever you're working towards, has a bigger mission, because it has already done that in your life. So making sure that now you can share that gift and help other people find their own is truly what has allowed this community to grow. There have been so many women that have been inspired and have found their own voice and their own mission and purpose while seeing what we're able to do and what we have done. And that truly has been like the best compliment, biggest gift that you can get. So I think that when we're always walking and thinking and working towards that, it's truly gonna bring that back to your community. So I just know that you're working towards that. So I hope all of these things helped you. I am super excited for the new things that are coming for our community, new ways to connect, new ways to hang out with women that are like-minded, new ways to work on your best version and becoming the mujeron of your dreams. If you guys have any questions or you want to know more about what we talked about today, please let me know in the comments. You can watch it on our Facebook. Thank you so much for being a part of this comunidad de Mujeron. Gracias, gracias. Nos vemos la próxima semana.